Knock it out the park, you ain't slam dunking the stats. That's shoot the breeze. Next man up with ice water in they vein, throwing the Hail Mary from football to alley hooping. Basketball, a winner's a win, and that's shoot the breeze. So if you insist, pass the baton in a relay race, or full court pressure opponent to be the GOAT on a Monday morning quarterback football jack. Next time you cross the goal line, that's shoot the breeze. And maybe then, only then, you may be able to take one for the team or spend to pitch a curve to the ball. In baseball, you ain't no home run, you ain't no touchdown, you ain't no three-point shot unless you tune in. Shoot the breeze. Watch and learn from this marathon. Aim for your shot and pass this along. The ball is in your court. Or did you lose a step at the crossover? Crossover and cross to get a feel of that, and that's shoot the breeze.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Breezie, and it is a sports edition of this episode of Shoot the Breeze. Listen, we back for 4 to Win Friday. I know it's not Friday yet, but bear with me. There's a lot of stuff going on today, right? We got some things we want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what the show is going to be all about. So we're going to shoot the breeze. We're going to kick it and get it on, get it popping. Real quick show, man. NFL starts tonight. I don't know about you, but I am super, super duper amped, man. I am ready for some football. It's been a long time coming. You're a 49ers fan. You already know it's been a long time coming. But before we get into the show, let's go ahead and kick off these formalities and all that good stuff. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for tuning in. I know there's a bunch of stuff going on right now, and I appreciate you guys being here with me on Shoot the Breeze. I don't know what's going on with my lightning today. Lightning. It's storming outside. It's like all that good stuff, and I'm just trying to get the lighting right. I'm just gonna put it where I normally have it. Right? How about that? Yeah. So it'll fix itself out. All right. So listen, you can follow me at Shoot the Breeze on Facebook, right? You got that right there, right? See, Facebook, IG, Shoot the Breeze Pod TV. Real simple. Follow me there. You can follow this podcast as well on Twitter at Shoot the Breeze and the number 6. If you're listening and you like to listen opposed to watch, because we're live right now, right? That's why you'll hear me talking to people. You be like, who is he talking to? He can't be talking to himself. No, I definitely do be talking to myself. But I'm talking to people. So you can follow and listen to it on Anchor. All right. So it's anchor.fm/Shoot the Breeze Pod TV. And you know it's hoodie season. All right. That is the website where you can go ahead and you can buy all the cool Shoot the Breeze apparel. You see, I'm rocking my face mask. You know what I'm saying? It goes on like that. I think it goes upside down. It's doing all that good stuff. I got the t-shirt on right now. My hoodie better be on its way. All right. And if you guys are looking to get some apparel, man, that's the website down there. Look, we got hoodies, we got crew neck sweatshirts, we got the ladies sweatshirts, we got the kitty hoodies, and we got some long sleeve tees for the ladies as well. You got to do stuff for the ladies, you know. So again, that's www.teespring.com/shoot-the-breeze-apparel. All right. And if you need to reach me for anything, you want to reach out to me, you just want to say hello, you can do that on Twitter too. But if you want to shoot me an email or whatever, you guys want to promote something on the show, I'm all for that stuff. Or if you want to send me something or whatever, you want me to wear it on the show or whatever, promote your brand and things like that, that's the email, shootthebreezepodtv@gmail.com. Listen, I haven't done this in a while, but and my apologies, but definitely want to give a special thanks to the man that created my logo. My man Steve, that's his Twitter handle, that's his IG handle. Give him a follow. Listen, I said, dude, I need something. I have this idea, and I want to talk sports. I want to talk pop culture. I want to talk music, entertainment. He was like, I got you. And then he shot me something like I went on a run and I came back and I had this in my text messages waiting for me. And that's that logo you see right up there in that right-hand corner, the Shoot the Breeze joint. So shout out to my man Steve for that. And the guy that you hear on the intro, right? He's a very, very, very cool friend of mine. Great spoken word artist. He does this thing all the time, man. Shout out to my man Qualo. Give him a follow at Negro Protein, man. He's doing his thing. He's got an album he's ready to put out soon. I think I'm going to be producing it. So definitely give that young man a follow, man. Guys are doing big things, and I love it. And I love to promote my people and give back to my people. Again, welcome to For the Win Fridays. I got a special guest. He's going to be coming on very, very soon. I know he's got some things he's got to do later on. So we're going to get him on. We're going to talk some football, NFL. I don't want to get sued for that. So that's all I'm going to do. All right. Bet you don't know what theme song that was, but I'm not going to tell you. So with that being said, I just want to recap my last night. Man, listen, if you don't know, the NBA is going on right now, and the playoffs are heated up, and we're in the conference semifinals. Okay, this is before you get to the conference finals. So that means you win this round, you go to the conference finals. You win that round, you go to the NBA finals, right? So my team is up 3-2. We're at home in Orlando. Go figure. I'm a Celtics fan, and they're playing. For the first two quarters, the Celtics looked like they had Toronto's number. They had them figured out. But good old Nick Nurse, decided to put on some type of something. He did something, and it worked out, and we could not figure it out. Third quarter was like a tragedy. And the fourth quarter was like Thriller in Manila. It was like a heavyweight fight. So if you didn't get a chance to watch that game, I'm not going to go back and rewatch that game. But if you did get a chance to, you didn't get a chance to watch that game, go check out the highlights. It was crazy. They was going back and forth. It was just crazy. And the Celtics lost in double overtime. And I'm just going to give kudos to Kyle Lowry, because that man put his team on his shoulders and he balled all the way out, And it was funny because I said before the game, that's the one guy you need to take away. I can live with every other person on their team hitting big shots, doing all those type of things. You lose to them, all right. But Kyle Lowry, you do not want to get him heated up, because he is an NBA All-Star, probably one of the most underrated players in the NBA. He did his thing. Not going to throw no shots at him. He did his thing. I will say this. Hey, Norman Powell, I know you probably listening to my podcast, and I don't want you to, be out of a job pumping my gas like my man George says. But listen, you better chill out, man, because Marcus Smart don't mind missing games, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it at that, and boom, we're gonna leave it at that. But listen, it is football time. The NFL kicks off tonight. I'm super excited. I got one of my good friends from Nothing But Niners. He's gonna join us. He's popping in right now. I'm gonna bring in Nick. Y'all make some noise for my man Nick.
Breezie, what's up, baby?
Woo, that mic is hot, baby. That mic is hot. Woo, you loud. Well, I'm good, man. What's going on?
I'm good, man. Chilling. Just sorry, I'm running a little behind. Had some stuff to take care of, but good to go, man.
Nah, it's all good, man. It's definitely all good. Listen, I want to talk football. I haven't really talked football on my podcast because I kind of say football for our show, but this is a general football type talk. You know what I'm saying? Because the season kicks off tonight. We're going to talk about our weekly picks. We're going to talk about guys that we're picking at, certain awards to win certain things. And then we're going to talk about some football, some 49ers football, right? Because that's what we're kicking off on Sunday. So let's go ahead and get down to the get down. You down for that, bud? Come on.
Down.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. So listen, it's about to go down. It's Thursday night football. If you're not a fan of these two teams, it shouldn't matter. Okay? It shouldn't matter. Now, we ain't seen football in a minute. I really don't like the team on the right. That's the Kansas City Chiefs. Not a huge fan. Respect what they do. They're the Super Bowl champions. They're the NFL champions, if that's what you want to call it or whatnot. But I like this young kid, man. I like this young kid and the quarterback for the Houston Texans, man. I like Watson, man. I'm hoping this is one of those sloppy games where the quarterback has to make a play or something to win it. You know what I'm saying?
Look, the Texans have it out for the Chiefs, right? I mean, you've seen what happened in the playoffs, right? They lost a 28-point lead. There was talk today on NFL Network. I don't know if you caught it, but they were talking about Deshaun Watson versus Patrick Mahomes again. Saying that Deshaun Watson's not in the same category as Patrick Mahomes because A, doesn't have an MVP for the regular season, doesn't have an MVP at the Super Bowl, and doesn't have a Super Bowl, right? Look, to me, none of that matters, right? Because accolades are all good and everything. Obviously, the Super Bowl title is good, but that's not just Patrick Mahomes. That's an entire team, right? You get an MVP, which is fine. You played great in the Super Bowl. Kudos to you. Deshaun Watson is a threat all around as well. Like, I don't believe, he's got a lot better. He's like a lot better of a running type quarterback. He's got a great arm. He still can get things into tight slots. And, look, that's not taking anything away from Patrick Mahomes or gaining anything for Deshaun Watson. But it's really close for me, right? Because Patrick Mahomes, obviously, he's won 2 MVPs. He's won a Super Bowl. But he's also got a better team around him. Deshaun Watson hasn't had the team, right? When Jadeveon Clowney was there, whatchamacallit was hurt all the time. Their defense was always hurt. Never really bailed them out. Didn't have a whole lot with offense. Now, obviously, DeAndre Hopkins is gone, headed to Arizona, which we get to see him 2 times a year this year. But look, man, I just hope, like you said, I hope this game comes down to I hope the Texans win this game, to be honest with you, right? Just to put some ish on the Kansas City Chiefs. So, yeah. So then, but yeah, definitely it's going to be an interesting and fun game to kick off the season.
Yeah, I agree. And look, it's not going to be a blowout. I know people thinking it's going to be. Actually, I kind of got this a high-scoring game. I don't think it's going to be one of those 13-6 type games. I think these offenses, because you just have 2 types of quarterbacks that can extend and make plays. You know what I'm saying? And all they got to do is get defenses to break down. If we sit here and go by the different defense, if we go by position by position, which is probably what we can do for this particular game, if we go position by position, I think you might think that the Houston Texans might edge out the Kansas City Chiefs just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm going to give quarterback to Patrick Mahomes. All right. He's just amazing. Like, there's things that he does that's totally amazing. But let's go to the running backs. Who are the running backs for the Houston Texans? I know they picked up some new people. They got David Johnson now. All right. So they signed David Johnson, or they got him in a trade. They got him in a trade for the trade. Yep. For the Hopkins. And now we're going to get to see Fuller fully ball out. You know what I'm saying? Because now Hopkins isn't there. Fuller just has to stay healthy. But if I just go running back for running back, if I go David Johnson over this rookie that's coming in, who you choose? Who you taking?
Well, I mean, they got David Johnson, Duke Johnson there, right?
Dookie.
They got Dookie, right? And then Greg Howell Jr. and Colin Gillespie. I guess that's how you say his last name. Look, David Johnson is not a bad running back. I think he kind of got the poop end of the stick, right, over there in Arizona. So the Chiefs, they got this new rookie coming in, but they're saying he's going to still split snaps, right? Not really take off first week, but look for him to be more of a contributor towards, as the season goes along. So right now, I'm going to have to go with the Houston run game.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with the Houston run game.
I'm going with the Houston run game. All right. So now let's go wide receivers. All right. So off the strength of, the wide receivers, Tyreek Hill probably edges out anybody on the Houston team. So I'm going to give the wide receiver nod to the Kansas City Chiefs.
So the Texans, they just got Brandon Cooks.
They got Cooks.
Right. Will Fuller.
Yep.
Randall Cobb, offseason.
Yep.
Signing. What do they have in Kansas City? Tyreek Hill.
Yep. They got Sammy Watkins, Tyreek Hill,
Watkins,
Marco Hardman,
Miko Hardman.
Yep. They got some fast guys, and that's what I'm talking about. They got a bunch of speed,
and that's where speed. It goes to speed kills, right? So, I would have to give them the edge on speed wise, but the ability to run routes, I think I got to go Will Fuller, Randall Cobb.
See, I don't see Will Fuller as a route runner, man. He's the guy that really takes the top off the defense, man.
I think he's a better route runner than Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, okay. And that's my point. I want to see how they utilize Will Fuller this year because Hopkins isn't there. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm looking forward to. How else will they utilize William Fuller? Because now they have Brandon Cooks that can take the top off the defense.
Right. So it'll be interesting to see. But I'll agree with you. I'm gonna give them the edge at wide receiver because you don't know what you're gonna get out of a Randall Cobb. You don't know what you're gonna get out of Brandon Cooks, who's been injured this training camp with a hamstring. Looks to be starting tonight, and then how are they going to utilize Will Fuller?
Gotcha.
So it's still a chance. It's still to be seen how they utilize those receivers with Deshaun Watson.
I agree. Tight end.
Ooh,
It is ooh.
Got to go Travis Kelce. Well, I hate giving Travis Kelce props. Bro.
I know, man. I know.
I hate giving Travis Kelce props.
We can't be haters until we're up against them. Like, in this position we're in right now, we just got to give the credit to where credit's due. But I hate him too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's kind of like me giving props to Seattle now. So
right.
So Travis Kelce, obviously, tight end goes to Kansas City.
All right. Let's see. Offensive line. I think they both struggling here. So
I'm gonna have to go with the Texans.
Okay.
Offensive line. I believe the Chiefs, both their tackles opted out, I believe.
Yep. I thought it was one of the guards. I thought a guard was
maybe it was a guard and a tackle.
Yeah.
I know that two of their offensive linemen, I believe two of their offensive linemen opted out. So I'm going to go with the Houston Texans on the offensive line.
Interesting. I wonder if this is where they're gonna try to utilize Mr. Kelce in the blocking game, because they are lacking in the offensive line department. So this is something that we're going to tune into. I can't wait to watch this game. I'm like super excited because I just want to see them lose. All right. So that's the offensive side. Let's go to the defensive side. Let's go to the line, the defensive line.
Oh,
yeah.
Defensive line.
This is a tough one.
This is a really tough one. I'm going to have to go with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
I'm going to have to go there because Chris Jones is just another animal.
Yep. On the inside. Yep.
Frank Clark is just an animal too.
On the outside.
As much as I hate when he talks, the kid is an animal and performs on the field. So I'm going to have to go, JJ Watt, Yeah, I'm going to have to go to the Texans. And
wait, you're going with the Texans?
I'm sorry. I have to go with the Chiefs.
Okay.
Over the Texans.
Okay. Now I'm trying to figure out who else is on Houston's end. You got Watt on one side. Who's on the inside for them right now? I know they got some people. They both of these teams are going to fare well on the defensive line. I know that.
I'm trying to think of who is over there.
All right, let's move on. Let's go to the linebackers. The linebackers.
Now, I'm going to go. Go ahead.
The Chiefs have. I don't know. I just know that the Chiefs have a guy named Reggie Ragland, who plays really good. But me personally, I think Houston got this in the linebacking court.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on the Texans with linebackers. Yeah, I got to agree with you. The Chiefs, they do utilize Tyrann Mathieu a lot.
Oh, I didn't think about that. They
as a cover guy.
Yeah.
So, but I'm still gonna stick with, if we're just sticking to the linebacker position and not utilizing and moving guys around, I'm gonna go with the Texans. We're
talking Marcellus and McKinney and Zach Cunningham.
Right.
And then let's bring up the Chiefs. And then the Chiefs linebackers are, I do like Ragland though, but he's not an every down linebacker either.
No, Reggie Ragland's he's a decent player though.
Right.
I liked him coming out of college. What?
I just realized that they have one of our old guys, Mr. Kilgore. They signed him.
Yeah, they got Daniel Kilgore as their lineman now too. And the other defensive end is Charles I can never say his name. Omahu for the Texans is their other defensive end. So and then Brandon Dunn is their defensive tackle. They run a 3-4 front.
So their linebackers are Anthony Hitchens, Damian Wilson, Dorian O'Daniel. And that's their linebacking core. Not saying that they're no name guys. Hitchens is pretty good. I just think that's where Houston excels. Here's the part that I really want to get into, so we can move on from this. But this is the game of the night. let's get to the secondary. So I'll do the Chiefs secondary because I have it pulled up. You get the Texans secondary, and let's go position by position, name by name. Ready? So I'll start with the safety positions. All right. So I'm gonna go with the safeties. Now I like the safeties for the Chiefs. I like Juan Thornhill and I like Tyrann Mathieu. Like I like those guys. Who do you got for your two safeties?
Who? Bradley Roby, right, is over there.
Okay.
And who's the other one? Vernon Hargreaves.
Oh, Hargreaves. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't remember who was their other safety. Yeah, Vernon Hargreaves. I'm gonna go with the Texans there.
Woo! I'm going with the Chiefs on the safeties.
I like Bradley Roby, man.
I'm going with yeah, but you're talking about you mentioned him earlier. You talked about that Honey Badger guy who can kind of like line up anywhere.
Yeah,
and he's the X factor, you know. And then they bring in their second year player. He was a rookie last year. You got Juan Thornhill. I believe he got hurt last year, so we didn't see him much.
He was a big guy the Niners wanted too.
Thornhill. They were trying to get him, and you know I'm excited to watch this young kid ball out, man, coming off of that injury or whatnot. All right, so that's it. I mean, let's go to the cornerbacks.
Yeah, so it's is it Garyon Conley? I think is.
Are you talking about the Texans?
Yeah, for the Texans.
All right, so we got
corner, and I'm not sure who their other guys. I'm not sure if it's Lonnie Johnson or if it's
you got it. It's Lonnie Johnson Jr. and
then who's their nickel guy? AJ, is it AJ Moore or is it Philip Gaines?
Philip Gaines.
Okay. Yeah, I mean
Hargreaves plays cornerback too, bro. I don't think he's a safety. I remember him as a cornerback out of Tampa, unless they converted him.
Yeah, I thought he was playing safety last year, but I could be wrong on that. Like I said, I could be wrong on that.
They do have Michael Thomas at safety. They do. Oh man, they got some. Yeah, this game should be electric. This game should be electric. Like I'm super excited. I think this game, even though it doesn't seem like it's evenly matched because of the fanfare or whatnot, if they play in the Super Bowl champs and all that good stuff, this game looks on paper looks pretty much, almost even. I think the only edge you can really give is in the tight end, the wide receiver, and the quarterback spots. And it's not a big edge, but it's an edge. Kansas City is known for their offense, so we should see some electric fireworks on tonight.
So it's Mike Adams.
Mike Adams,
their free safety. That's who it is. Yeah, yep. Hargreaves is still playing corner, so that's my bad.
No, it's cool, man.
I had to look it up because I wasn't sure. I thought Hargreaves was playing.
But that's what I mean. They both were pretty solid. Like at these spots, at these different positions, they both teams seem pretty solid. So I'm super excited. Like I don't know. Now here's the thing. Apparently, the Kansas City Chiefs are allowing limited fans to attend this game. I believe the number is around 17,000. How do you feel about that?
We've talked about this on our show before, and I don't think it's fair to other teams. So I think that if most teams, like let's say 80% of the league is not allowing fans, right? That other 20%, the commissioner should step in and say, it's either we all accept fans or we don't all accept fans. So I think that it needs to be, because it does give an advantage, right? Because not on top of the noise that you're going to be pumping in, you're continually getting fan noise as well. Not that 17,000 can make a lot of noise, and it's not the same as 70,000, obviously, like the dome or whatever. But I think it should be a blanket policy across the whole league. So it's either A, you can have fans, or B, you can't have fans. One way or another. I don't think it's fair that, Dallas, Atlanta, Kansas City, all these people are allowing like a certain percentage of fans, where you have Santa Clara, New York Giants, the Jets, a ton of other teams that aren't allowing fans. So I think it should be a blanket policy one way or the other. If a majority of teams aren't having fans, then those other teams, it's kind of like a vote. Let's take the vote. And if you're allowing fans and you are the majority, then we'll allow fans in the stadiums. But if other people can't have fans due to their government or their their governors and things like that, then it should be the same way for everywhere.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't understand why the NFL didn't just, lay the hammer down. The NFL decided to leave it up to each team, which I couldn't figure out why. But I guess it's because they didn't want to get into any, business with the interstate, just the cities and the governors and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the team would have to be involved in that. And if the governor says, no, we're going to be shutting the place down, you can't have people in there, then I guess the team says, okay, we won't have fans. But I think you're right. I wish the NFL would have just said no fans or yay to fans. Like,
right.
Because like you said, it is a disadvantage and it's kind of unfair, not just to fans, but to the players, regardless if there's 17,000, 34,000, doesn't matter whether they hear the noise or not. They know when people are sitting in there and they know when people aren't, and they can tell, they can feel it. It's a vibe. We know how it is.
And I wonder how that's going to work, because right now the noise that's being pumped in is from the start to the finish.
Correct.
There's no breaks, right? So how is that going to work if you have fans? Are you going to continually use that sound the entire time, or are you going to just pump it in at certain times with the fan noise?
I think that the fans should just be there and just not say anything and shut up. Like, don't talk. Like, that's the whole point. We're not trying to spread COVID, and or not to say that they have it, but I'm just saying, okay, you want to be in attendance, cool, but these are the strict guidelines and rules in order to participate here at this thing. We're gonna do the noise. We're gonna pump the noise. We're gonna do all that type of stuff. You just get to show up. You know what I'm saying? And as a fan, I would think that's kind of boring, because the one thing I know I love to do is, yell, scream till I'm almost gonna pass out. So, we'll see. We'll see what it's gonna sound like on our TVs and on our radios and whatever you go by means of listening to it tonight. So we'll figure it out.
I know my house can be loud just to cheer, just because football's back.
Oh, it should be,
So, that's going to be the best part of it. Whether I'm not cheering for any of the team, but I'm just going to be pumped because football's back.
Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. All right. Look, I put together these little things, right? So here's your picks, and I know you can't really, or here's my picks, and I know they're really hard to see. All right. So I say, let's just go through the teams and let's go ahead and do our picks. So tonight you have the Texans winning.
No, I didn't do any picks on there. That's just a regular. Oh, actually, I did pick the Texans to win tonight. That is correct.
You did, because you just talked about it, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I did pick the Texans, and I think it's going to be like a field goal to a touchdown difference win, and I think it's going to be in late fourth quarter.
Whew. Man. Okay. I have the Chiefs winning, and I don't want them to win. I just have them winning just because it's the Chiefs. They're at home, and that's what I have. I'm hoping they lay an egg. Not sure they will, but I'm hoping that they do. All right, what do you got for the second game on Sunday? The first game on Sunday.
The first game on Sunday, that's the Seahawks-Falcons, correct?
Seahawks-Falcons. Who do you have winning that game? Seahawks are on the road too, by the way.
Yeah. Look.
Say it.
I'm going with the Falcons here, man. And this is kind of biased, right? Because I just want the Seattle Seahawks.
No, it's not. No, I know you have a reason.
Right. But I really, if you looked how Seattle or the Atlanta Falcons played down the stretch last year, nobody really knows what they're going to come out in this year. I mean, you still got good talent there. Look, I'm taking the Falcons with an upset. This week. And it starts that division off 0-1 for the Seattle Seahawks. And I think Julio Jones has a hell of a game against them this week.
Man,
you know how long it took Julio Jones last year to get a touchdown in the regular season?
Yeah, it took him like week 10. It took him a long time. And then he comes in and muscles his way in for, I still don't think that was a touchdown.
I agree.
But it is what it is. But you know what, Nick? I'm with you. I have the Falcons winning this game. They're at home. And I just have them just guns blazing against a secondary that's not relatively good. I know they do have Jamal Adams. He will be an X factor in this game. I can guarantee it. But I think the Falcons find a way to go ahead and pull this game off. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout, but I'm definitely thinking that the Falcons are going to go ahead and win. All right, so next up, we got the Raiders and the Cardinals. Who do you have winning that game? Cardinals.
Yeah.
Who do you have winning that game? Cardinals. 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 Who do you have
I think Julio Jones gets like 125 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns.
See, I'm not even gonna. I just want the Falcons to win. Not
Me too. I'm with you.
I don't care
Air
who scores,
pound, baby. COVID pound.
I don't care who and how, who does what, who performs well. As long as the dunk says 0-0-0 and the Falcons win, I am good. All right, let's go. We got the Jets at Buffalo. So we got a New York team going to another New York team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go with the Bills. And I think that obviously the Bills have an opportunity to win that division this year with Tom Brady finally leaving the Patriots after 20 some odd years. But I just don't think the Jets are there yet. I think they're going to be a better team this year. But the Bills, their defense, and I think Allen is just going to have a better year this year. Being in that system for a second year straight. I'm going to go with the Bills on this one.
I'm going with the Bills as well. All right, we got Chicago at Detroit.
I took Detroit here, but I wanted to take Chicago. But what deterred me away from that is that they named Mitch Trubisky the starting quarterback. If they would have named Nick Foles, I'd have took Chicago.
Got you. Okay, I got you. That's your reasoning be on point. I didn't know that, but it's all good because I picked the Bears to win this game. Listen, I just think that Khalil Mack is going to have a phenomenal season this year. He went kind of flying under the radar last year to me. I don't know if it was just me. I mean, he still performed well. I just didn't hear his name much. And it's probably because they couldn't put up any points on the offensive side. They seem to be relatively healthy, although I think Cunningham, they're running Montgomery, I think is battling an injury, so I'm not sure he's going to play. But I got the Bears winning this on the road, man. This is one of those classic conference games, divisional games, and it's going to go down to the wire. I definitely believe. All right, here we got another one. I love the first week of the NFL because they're almost all division games, right? All right, Green Bay at Minnesota.
This is a tough one for me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This was a really tough one because how is Aaron Rodgers going to perform in this offense for a second year, right? Is he going to be better? If you remember last year, they started off a little bit slow first week or two, just really couldn't get anything under their belt. Obviously, later down the stretch, they started playing good football. They ended up becoming the 2 seed, I believe, right? Or were they the 3 seed? 2 or 3 seed?
They were the 2 seed, right?
They were the 2 seed NFC Championship game. Obviously, we know that.
Yep.
The Vikings losing Stephon Diggs, right? Yeah, Stephon Diggs to Buffalo.
He's a Buffalo Bill.
Right, he's to Buffalo. I think that helps, but you also got to look. The Packers also lost Randall Cobb. That was a big guy for them last year as well. You got Devontae Adams there, obviously, hell of an athlete, right? Great receiver. But what I think happens here is I think the defensive line match up perfect, like the same, right? So you got good 2 bookends on the Green Bay side, and you got a good defensive front on Minnesota side.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to go with the defensive front in this game, and I'm going to choose the Minnesota Vikings.
Woo!
I think the Vikings are more well-rounded on the defensive front, other than 2 players on a defensive line that I think are really good on the Green Bay Packers. So I'm going to go with Minnesota on this game.
Here's the thing. I think for Minnesota, if there's any position on the defense that shows up and shows out, it's going to be their secondary. And I mean, you can count it up to the defensive line applying pressure or whatnot. I think that's what kind of like really separates the 2 defenses, that secondary and the linebacking core, because you figure they still got Kendricks. We all know who that is, right? And that secondary, Harrison Smith is still balling out, and they just drafted a rookie who is supposed to ball, like is gonna ball out and fit really well. But guess what? I'm going with the Packers. Listen, I'm going Aaron Rodgers over that guy, Mr. Cousins. People keep saying Aaron Rodgers is going to have a bad season, and I can't wait. No, I promise. Like, he's getting so much disrespect. Just look at where he is in the fantasy drafts. He's like round 25. Like, he's way down there below, like how Tom Brady was maybe last year. You know what I'm saying? That's a little. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to use a lot of this, fuel added to his fire. He's going to come out. The only thing that sucks, and you mentioned it, is they have Devontae Adams, and then who else?
Right.
And that's where they struggle. I mean, they drafted another running back when they still got Aaron Jones. I think they lost their backup running back. I think they lost him to free agency, and that's probably why they picked up another running back. But they clearly needed a wide receiver to complement Devontae Adams, but it is what it is. So I'm going with the Packers on the road on this one.
Look, like I said, I think Aaron Rodgers has a hell of a year this year.
I agree with you.
Last year was his first year in that system, and you saw how they started clicking. Right. You saw how they started clicking towards the end of the season, and I drafted Aaron Rodgers in my fantasy league. Not the one that I'm with NB Niners because I couldn't draft that one because I didn't get home in time, and I was driving on the road. But I took him like 4th round.
Yeah.
So. And he's there. In there. So you got to take him. Look, Aaron Rodgers is going to always put up points in fantasy. He's always going to put up points. And I believe that, he's going to have a great season. I think the Green Bay Packers are going to be one of the top teams in the NFC. But like you said, that worries me a little bit of who they're going to go to. Are they going to go to more dump offs to Aaron Jones? Are they going to do, more sweeps and things like that? And look, Aaron Rodgers can throw the ball for a mile, right? But I just think this game, I think the defensive front gets the best of Aaron Rodgers this game, and then I think the Packers go on a nice little spree. So
yeah. All right. Let's move this along, man, because I know you got to dip on up out of here. We got the Dolphins and the Patriots. Quickly. No explanation. Who you got? I know we all want to pick the Patriots, but the Dolphins always seem to have their number, but it's not normally toward the end of the year.
Look, I don't remember who I picked on this. I don't remember, but I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
Nice.
I think the Dolphins are going to surprise the hell out of a lot of people this year.
I don't, but I'm glad you do.
Right. No, and I'm not saying it like I'm not saying they're going to go out and be an 11-5 team, right? I just think they're going to be better than what people think. Okay. I don't think they finished last in their division this year.
So, wait a minute. All right. Now you just okay. Hold on. Dolphins, Patriots,
Bills.
Also the Jets. You feel the Jets? Okay, right. So the Jets are going to finish last.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but look, Matt Breida's over there. Yeah. Who's their other? They just picked him up.
They got Jordan Howard too.
Jordan Howard. Yeah. Tua's not starting right now. It's Ryan Fitzpatrick, right?
Yeah, which means they'll start off hot.
Right. They'll start off hot, right? Yeah. And look, you know how I feel about Cam Newton, right?
Oh, never mind. All right, Eagles.
No,
Eagles,
wait.
No, because
I just want to say this. He just got there, right? So he just got there. So how well is he gonna incorporate himself into this offense from day one? And that's why I think I think that a lot of us think that he has to, confine himself to the Patriots offense. But don't be surprised if the Patriots, convert to Cam Newton. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. No, and absolutely, I agree with you. I just don't think there's been enough time to do that yet.
And I agree.
He came so far in the offseason. That doesn't mean that week 4, week 5, this team isn't clicking again.
Well, we don't need them clicking week 4, week 5.
Well, we gotta wait till after week 7, right?
Right.
So, right. But no, I think that I think Cam Newton is a good fit there, and what Bill Belichick will do with him. But I just don't think they get it right off the bat, and that's why and Miami always plays the Patriots hard, so that's why I'm giving the edge to Miami this week.
Hey, Rome, my son is here. I'm not sure why he's down here, but hey, Rome, you want to say hi to everybody? Okay. I don't know.
What up, Rome?
Say hi.
Hi.
Did you have a good day at school today?
Yes. Oh, he can't hear you because I got headphones on.
Oh.
He said hi. He said, "How was your day at school?"
I did
What?
go to school. I did play with friends.
You play with your friends? Wasn't that nice? Awesome. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit, all right? Give me 20 minutes.
So
be careful, though, because I don't want you to trip over that cord. All right, so... Oh, we can't bang right now. God, my drum set is down here. I'm in the vocal booth right now. I moved it out there. I knew I heard drums. I knew I heard something, and it's Rome, ladies and gentlemen. Rome. All right, so right. So listen, I agree with you on that. Like, it's gonna take some time for him to adjust to that system, and we're gonna have to see how it pans out. But I got the Patriots winning that game. I just don't think Bill Belichick is gonna lose the first game of the year. That's just how I feel. Hey, Mariah, I could tell when all the 49er fans, no, the pressers are still going on. Fred Warner is actually talking right now. All right, really quickly, let's go through these because I know you got to jump on your other show. Philly, Washington.
I'm taking the Eagles.
I got the Eagles. Hold on. Rome, you can't come back on this way. All right. you can do whatever you want. All right. So don't do that.
You just told me he can do whatever he wants.
Except for that. Let's see. Raiders, Panthers.
I'm taking the Raiders.
I got the Panthers. I probably should have took the Raiders. I can't believe you picked the Raiders.
I didn't want to, but I don't think they're going to be as bad of a team as people think this year.
Okay. The Las Vegas Raiders. That sounds very awkward. Cinnamon Kiss says she thought Breida was in Philly. Marquise Goodwin went to Philly.
Yeah,
Breida ended up getting traded to the Dolphins. The Dolphins.
Yippers.
All right. So Colts, Jaguars.
I took the Colts on this one.
I got the Colts on this one. I'm excited to watch Phillip Rivers and his new adventures, bro. I think, he didn't stink in Los Angeles. I think he was just tired. I think he was just tired of everything. Remember, they went through a new coach. How many coaches did Phillip Rivers have? Like 8?
Yeah, I was going to say like between 6 and 8.
Yeah, and I just think at some point he got tired. You know what I'm saying? It sounds worse when you live in Vegas. So I'm going with the Colts. All right, Browns, Ravens.
I'm taking the Ravens.
I got the Ravens. Chargers, Bengals.
I took the upset with the Bengals and Joe Burrow.
I can't believe you. Oh, that's right. Okay. I'm going with Chargers because I feel like their defense is just, even with the loss of Derwin James, I think that their defense is going to be fire. That's how I think.
And I agree with you, but I just think with Joe Burrow's ability to move around in the pocket, he's not an Andy Dalton that's going to stay back there. So he has that ability to get out of the pocket and things like that. So that's why I took.
I can't wait to see this kid. I can't wait to see this kid perform on the NFL level. I'm hoping he transitions well to the NFL level. Hold on one second. It is what it is. Really quickly, and we're going to be finishing this up. All right, Bucks versus the Saints.
Tom Brady loses his first game as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. I'm taking the Saints.
I took the Saints too. I must have forgot who played for the Bucks, but I took the Saints. All right, Cardinals, 49ers, Niners. All right, Niners. Cowboys, Rams.
I took the Cowboys.
I took the Rams. Don't be mad at me. I just think Sean McVay has a better game plan now that he's kind of like cleared some of the stuff out of there, some of the bad, dirty water or whatnot. Like, it's gone. I think they come in fresh. And remember on our show, I said, watch out for these Rams. I know that they are just watch out for them just because of the coaching and the players. All right, we're moving to Monday night. Steelers versus the Giants.
I took Pittsburgh.
I got Pittsburgh winning that game.
Ben Roethlisberger back.
He is back, yo. Which means Juju Smith is back. Which means what's his name? James Conner is gonna play much better, right? Their offense is back. If you guys hear drumming in the background, please don't mind it. You're getting a musical interlude from my son Rome.
I heard you say.
Okay. Right. I love it, guys. Listen, last game on Monday night, Titans versus the Broncos. And just if you didn't know, Von Miller is out for the season.
Yeah, and this is what changed my pick. If Von Miller's playing, I'm taking the Broncos there. Titans, look, I think the Titans are going to be a hell of a team this year, right? And but I'm definitely taking the Titans. I'm definitely taking the Titans here.
I took the Broncos, bro. They're in Mile High. I know there's no fans, but the air, you can't change the air quality. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Tennessee's traveling up there. Now they do got Derrick Henry, and without Von Miller, even though he's an edge rusher, Henry might run all over this defense. I don't know, but isn't Shaquille Barrett there? He's back. Like they got their guys. They got not Brandley. What's his name? What's the other end that missed last year because of the injury?
Oh, yeah, but he's not even 100% yet.
Chubb, and his last name Chubb too.
Yeah,
Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb. Yeah,
he's not. I don't even know if he's playing. He's still at 100%. They're still not at 100%. They're not sure if he's playing or not.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh man. All right, man. So those are our picks for the week. Those are Breezy and Nick's picks for the week. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this show. I did want to talk a little bit about some other stuff. I know Nick has to run off. He has to jump on to
That's fine. Let's do it real quick.
Let's do it real quick. All right. So we have these players that we pick for certain awards. All right. And we made our picks. All right. Shout out to my guys for the NFL Smack group chat talk on Facebook with this graphic. Truly appreciate you guys for that. All right. So we're going to start off with you singing, Rome? All right. Who do you have for defensive rookie of the year?
Isaiah Simmons.
Nice. I went with this guy.
Yeah. And it was a toss-up between Isaiah Simmons and Chase Young for me. The reason I'm going with Isaiah Simmons is I think he's with a better organization.
Okay.
So you know how guys get cut out because of how bad their team is. Yeah. And I don't think Washington's going to be good this year. So therefore it's going to hurt Chase Young's chance. I think Isaiah Simmons has a better chance of being in a winning organization and the ability to get defensive rookie of the year.
I agree. I think that this Chase Young guy is just going to ball out. Listen,
look, he's an Ohio State boy, man.
And I can't believe you said organization, so we're going to leave it at that, and we're going to move on. All right, who do you got for offensive rookie of the year?
I talked about him earlier. I'm going Joe Burrow.
Hey, you didn't see my list. Look at that. I have a graphic.
Nice.
Oh man, I got him too, man. I think this kid is going to come in and try. The one thing that I'm learning about quarterbacks that are coming into the NFL, they seem to be transitioning so much better than they did 20 years ago, where they had to sit behind the starter for a long time. And I think this kid is going to come in and, they're going to let him learn as he goes. You know what I'm saying? So I agree. All right. Who do you have for, we'll save that one for last. Let's go coach of the year.
Coach of the year, I'm going with Joe Judge.
Nice.
At the Giants. And I think these players have really molded to him and have taken, have bought all in, I guess you could say. And if anybody that can get the Giants moving, I think it's Joe Judge.
Nice. I hate to be a homer here, but my son is all behind the green screen. Welcome to the Shoot the Breeze podcast, where anything can happen on Shoot the Breeze podcast all of a sudden. So that's what's going down, because somehow he was able to get downstairs, open my door, bang on the drums, and we're still having the show. So I'm going with Kyle. I'm going with Kyle Shanahan. I think the league is going to start respecting him as a coach. If you want to talk about, if you're talking about getting players to play together, I mean, he got a bunch of players that we didn't even know of, like, and these aren't superstars, with, picks or whatever or whatnot. He got these guys to play together and become one team. This is a piece for Daddy's camera. All right. Yeah. And let's see. All right. So we got coach of the year. We got rookies of the year. Who do you got for defensive player of the year?
Defensive player of the year, I'm going with Nick Bosa.
Nick, sometimes I feel like you steal my notes.
So look, the kid had a heck of a rookie season, but I think he just comes out that much better this year. And I think it's hard to beat. And I think he goes against defensive player of the year two times in a row.
I totally agree with that. I know people are like, well, where's your graphic for that? And I have a son, and he just, Okay, Rome, you have to chill out. All right, so let's keep it moving. All right, who do you have for MVP?
MVP of the season this year. And this was a hard one for me, right? Man. but I'm gonna have to go with. Man, this. I don't know if I really want to do this or not. All right. Darn, do I really have to do this? All right. I'm gonna go with Jimmy Garoppolo. And the reason I'm going to do that is I think he breaks the franchise record this year for the 49ers. I think he throws for over 4,500 yards this year. I think he throws for a heck of a lot more touchdowns with the additions of Jordan Reed, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, and obviously George Kittle, and then having a guy in the backfield that can catch the football tremendously in Jerick McKinnon. I think all those guys boost his talent this year, and I think he puts up crazy amount of numbers this year and gets rookie MVP of the year.
Wow. Listen, I love Jimmy Garoppolo. I love him to death. I think he's going to be a phenomenal quarterback in this league. That's just not my pick. That's not my pick. Listen, I'm going with this vet. I'm going with this guy right here. And I don't think they win a Super Bowl, but I think he wins another MVP. Like, I think he's in line. He has a fun. They redid their defense. They brought some guys back in there on their defense to get this guy the ball back. He has extra weapons on offense. I just think Drew Brees is going to put up phenomenal numbers. Does he have to win the Super Bowl to get MVP? Nah, the numbers are going to be banging. He's going to break more records this year. Notice how the two oldest guys in the league are still playing, trying to break each other records. I'm going with the Drew guy, man. That's just how I'm rocking.
It's so funny because that's who I was going back and forth with.
You had Jimmy G versus Drew Brees. Yep. Love it. Can't wait till that week too. The NFL is looking forward to that matchup. You know what I'm saying? And so Callie says, I don't want the MVP. I want the chip. And that's how I think Jimmy is looking at it. I think Jimmy's going to put up numbers, but I don't think he's really going to care about numbers. I really think that this guy just wants to show his team he can lead his team to victory through adversity, no matter what, and win that chip. And then after that, we're going to start seeing Jimmy G blow up. I really do. I think we take another year where he's not managing the game or what, but he's just, he's still getting his numbers. He's going to get 4,000 yards this year. I just think they don't unleash the dragon in Jimmy yet because he's a team guy.
But that's the thing. So, I thought about that, right? But I think this is the year that Jimmy Garoppolo finally gets his kudos to what he is as a quarterback because of the weapons that we have. So, you got to think about Jerick McKinnon and what he does for this offense and his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield and what he does with the ball in his hands, right? That's going to be additional yards that tack on with Jimmy Garoppolo, right? And Jimmy Garoppolo threw for just under 4,000 yards last year. Do you know who the franchise leader is for the San Francisco 49ers and how many yards it was?
Who?
I believe it was 41 or 4,300 yards, and it was Jeff Garcia.
Jeff Garcia. That's my guy, man.
I think Jimmy Garoppolo throws for more than 4,500 yards this year.
Okay. I like that. I can't wait to talk about that later on our show. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I really like that bold prediction. All right, we got a couple of more categories, and then we can go on and get up out of here. Who's going to win the AFC for you?
AFC, I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens.
Tough.
I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens. And I don't – last year what hurt them was sitting their players for 3 straight weeks without starting.
Tough.
Right? I think that hurt them in the playoffs. Lamar, Lamar Jackson is really good. The run game is really good. The defense is really good. They have an all-around team, right? Their defense is better than Kansas City, right? If the Baltimore Ravens would have started every single playoff game or started their starters at the end of the season, at least a half or 3/4 or played them all like most teams did, right? They would have won a lot further in the playoffs. But when they came back rusty and they didn't play for 3 weeks straight, they couldn't get back on the same page.
Yeah.
If they play all those games, they're in a Super Bowl this year.
Because they don't
in the Niners-Baltimore Super Bowl rematch of the Baltimore game.
Yeah, they don't lose that cohesiveness. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yep.
Look, we've seen it happen to the Rams, right? The Rams sat all their players. We've talked about this. We've talked about this as the Niners. If the Niners get that bye, do they – or they win the division 2 weeks straight before the season over, do you sit them players? I don't believe in that. I think it messes things up. So I think the Baltimore Ravens can truly beat the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think that's going to be the AFC championship game, and I believe it's going to be the Baltimore Ravens.
I like that. I picked the Chiefs. I picked the Chiefs. They the champs, and until they're beaten, this is almost like how, I gave the same respect to the Patriots. Until they beaten, that's who you got to beat. I know that the Baltimore Ravens are going to have a better, maybe they won't. Earl Thomas isn't there, and I know we say that he didn't play a big role on their defense, but maybe he did. And we're going to find out. But as far as their offense, I'm thinking Baltimore gets kind of figured out just a little bit. I'm not saying that Lamar Jackson isn't still good or electrifying or whatnot. I just think that, we know Greg Roman. Like we know him. The league knows Greg Roman in year 2 as well. So let's see how that transitions. Maybe Greg Roman comes out of his shell and changes stuff up. Who knows? So I got the Chiefs. Who do you have winning the NFC? You're gonna lose a lot of followers. I can tell you that right now.
The NFC, I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers.
There it is. Look at Levi Stadium, man. Isn't it so beautiful there?
So purty.
I wish we could be there this weekend and take a picture of the
I was
orange
supposed
sky.
to be on a flight 8 a.m. this morning.
Right.
For the home opener. So
yeah,
it's very sad. I'm very sad that I'm not there. I'm supposed to be drinking some Hagaritas right now with Hodge and seeing all the peoples out there. But, look, it's better this way right now, obviously, with the whole COVID thing going on. But it's sad. This is my first non-home opener in 5 years. So it's sad. But we'll get out there as soon as they allow fans.
Oh man, and it is sad. It's sad that the fans can't be there. But listen, we're gonna be there in spirit, and we're gonna be there watching TV. We're gonna pump so much energy through the cable airwaves. The 49ers are gonna feel it. I'm telling you, they're gonna feel it. I know this is not another Banana show, but this is my show, and I can talk about the Niners because that's who we're gonna. It's gonna be crazy on Sunday. Can't wait. Yo, Nick, Super Bowl 55. You got the Ravens versus the Niners. I got the Chiefs versus the Niners in the rematch, man. I can't wait to see how it goes down. Thank you for being a guest on the show, man. I'm definitely going to check you out a little bit later, and I appreciate you, man.
Hey, man, appreciate you. Guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and give my boy Breezie a follow over here at Shoot the Breeze podcast.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you, man, and I'll catch up with you later, bud.
Yes, sir, man. Peace out, brother.
All right. Peace, guys.
Man, that was my man, Nick. Listen, man, that young fella knows so much about 49ers. It's not even funny. But I liked his picks. He had some really good picks. And I'm excited. Football's about to start in about an hour and 20 minutes. And we're going to get this season kicked off very, very, very shortly. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Shoot the Breeze podcast for the win Friday on Thursday. And I truly appreciate you again and again. With love from all of my heart. I love you guys, man. I truly appreciate you. And I'll be back. Listen, Sunday, sizzling Sundays. I got something cooking. So Sunday morning, it's going to be early. So all my West Coast fans, you're probably going to have to catch it on the replay. Pound the replay, right? Because it's going to be early. It's going to be probably like it's 9 a.m. here. So that's your 6 a.m. I think you got 3 hours behind or something like that. So listen. Check out the show. I'm going to have a 49ers fan on here doing their thing, getting ready for tailgating at home. We got to do it differently due to COVID, and they're going to be cooking up and whipping up some stuff 49ers style. So make sure you tune in. Thank you, Mariah. Thank you all for listening. Guys, if you're listening to Apple, make sure you hit 5 stars. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Special thanks to my son Rome, who had to just come and be on camera. He wanted to talk about his first day at school. It was very exciting to hear him talk about his first day at school. That kid he's just amazing to me. So shout out to him. And thank you guys again from the bottom of my heart. We're out, man. Shoot the breeze. Peace.